They called it the Slaughterhouse of the Middle East. A prison so feared, its name alone could silence entire villages. Deep in the Syrian desert stood Tadmor, a fortress of concrete and blood where men disappeared into darkness and emerged either mad or not at all. What happened behind those iron gates was never meant to see the light. Until now. Tadmor prison wasn't built to rehabilitate, it was built to erase. Originally a French military barracks, it became a Syrian prison under the Assad regime. Located in the heart of the desert near Palmyra, the isolation wasn't accidental. The further from civilization, the less noise the screams could make. The Ba'athist regime used Tadmor to silence political opposition, religious dissenters, and anyone who dared to question authority. It wasn't just a prison, it was a message. Cross the line and you'll end up here. And here means hell. Inside, there were no cell blocks like you'd expect. Only open rooms packed shoulder to shoulder with men. The guards didn't just beat prisoners. They humiliated them, broke them mentally, stripped them of identity. Prisoners were forced to crawl through corridors covered in blood. Electric shocks, fingernail removals, metal rods to the head. Bodies piled up after nightly beatings. And those who lived through the night often wished they hadn't. Survivors described Tadmor as a place where time doesn't move forward, it melts. The most horrifying event in Tadmor's history happened in June 1980. After an assassination attempt on President Hafez al-Assad, the regime responded with blind rage. Assad's brother, Rifaat al-Assad, ordered a retaliatory massacre. Soldiers stormed the prison at dawn. They woke inmates and lined them up. No charges, no trials, just bullets. Over 1,000 prisoners were executed within hours. Some shot in their sleep, others gunned down in hallways. The sand drank their blood. It was a warning to all of Syria. Loyalty wasn't optional. Inmates weren't just imprisoned, they were erased from memory. Families were never informed. No trials, no letters, no hope. Men were buried in mass graves without names. Those who survived became ghosts, malnourished, mentally destroyed, unsure if they were still human. Many stopped speaking entirely. Their eyes hollow, their feet infected. Some walked only on heels because the soles had rotted away. In 2015, ISIS took control of Tadmor and filmed themselves blowing it up. The world thought it was over. But even rubble has memory. Activists and survivors began to speak up, revealing documents, photos, and testimonies. The truth of Tadmor had been buried for decades, but it was never forgotten. The ghosts still scream. And every time someone says, "That can't happen here," Tadmor whispers back, "It already did. If you made it this far, you're one of the few brave enough to look horror in the eye." Subscribe to our channel, No Way Out, for more real stories from the darkest prisons on Earth. Hit like if this shook you. Share it if you think the world needs to remember. And check out the full playlist in the description to explore prisons even hell wouldn't claim.